One of the most hotly debated topics is, should I go to college? Is it worth it to go to college? In today's video, we're going to dissect the pros and cons of going to college and getting a formal education. Why you shouldn't get a college degree. This is what you hear over and over again from real estate investors all over the internet. So today, let's dive in a little bit more and see what the pros and cons are and whether you really should go to college or not. The Education Data Initiative shows that the 10-year average for enrollment is at an all-time low. In 2010, college undergraduate enrollment peaked at 21 million. In 2021, enrollment totaled 19.6 million nationwide, a steady 6.6% decline since 2010. This begs the question, is college still worth it for the average American? My family is a very educated family. In fact, my sister and I are the least educated. My degree is in finance and my sister's degree is in health services management. And while, yes, we are still the most successful out of our family members, we also still went to college and got an undergrad degree. So it's been well worth it for everybody in my family. All of us are well off and all of us have made our own money with our respective fields. One of the biggest arguments of why you shouldn't go to college is always the tuition rates. If you look at the rate of tuition here from 2002 all the way today, it's gone up astronomically. In fact, over the last 20 years, the yearly tuition rate has gone up nearly 300%, while inflation has only increased by about 60% in that same time frame. However, according to the National Scholarship Providers Association, over the last 10 years, the number of scholarships awarded has increased by 45%, yet an estimated $100 million in scholarship money goes unawarded each year. That's a lot of money for people looking to pay for college. So what do people do if they don't want to or can't go to college? There's a few alternatives that you could explore. There's vocational and trade schools. A lot of these are really overlooked and not really talked about as much in high school. And it's a really important part of job security today. There's self-paced online resources. There are apprenticeships. Enrolling in the military is a great one. You get access to a GI Bill should you decide you do want to go to college after that. You have online college, which makes college very accessible for many people. And you can always start your own business. And if you do it young enough, like when you're in high school, you may not need to go to college then. So the million-dollar question, is college worth it? Well, the pros of college is you have a higher average median salary than someone who did not attend college. You build really strong networks. In business, we say it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And it's actually not even about who you know, it's about who knows you. And a lot of business deals get done from the networks that you build in college. The college experience, and this was one of my favorite things about college, I had a great time. In fact, I tried to go back to college and it didn't work out quite as well as the first time, but it's an awesome experience that everybody should get a chance to experience. And a lot of times it's required for management jobs. So if you look at some of the largest companies, they do require some kind of a college degree to advance into the upper management levels of those companies. The cons of going to college is there's a 56% probability of dropping out. That's a pretty high rate of failure, especially when you're taking on such an expensive endeavor. And the average loan debt that you come out of college with is about $36,635. That's an astronomical amount of debt to come out with if you can't afford to pay it back once you're done with your college education. You have the opportunity cost of not working. A lot of jobs that require long training periods or long college periods, like medical school, for example, you come out of school 10 years behind your peers where you're not investing in 401ks, you're not gaining experience, you're not moving up. So there are those cons there and the opportunity cost. And it doesn't necessarily guarantee that you get a good job once you're out of college. So you want to make sure that you're really choosing your college degree and education wisely. But ultimately, I think that college is absolutely a good idea. I would not be able to transact on the deals that I transact on. Nobody would loan me $80 million if I did not have a college degree. So what is the bottom line? I think a healthy view to take is to consider going to university like a job training or an apprenticeship. Don't go to college for a degree that won't produce the income for the lifestyle that you want. For example, if you want to pursue a painting degree, it may not pay enough to recoup the cost that you spent going to college. So you want to make sure that you are making a sound financial decision. Just like any other financial decision, you want to make sure you do your research, look into it, and understand the gravity of what you're committing to and the responsibility of what you're doing by going to college and taking on that student debt. So to answer the question, why you shouldn't get a college degree, I actually think that in most situations you should, with the caveat that it is an appropriate college degree that will produce a solid income for you after you graduate. But there are intangibles to going to college that you can't get anywhere else. And it's just a great time to be able to explore what your interests are, really grow, network, and be able to build a strong, solid foundation before starting in the workforce. And speaking of education, if you want to learn more about multifamily, click the link below. Remember, whether you go to college or not, education is the most important tool that you can have to advance yourself and your career. Thanks for watching this video. If you learned more about whether or not you should go to college and it's the right choice for you, subscribe, ring the bell, and watch my next video.